Most people, not all, are thinking about one thing today. February 14th. What are they thinking about? What are they talking about? Love. Love, guys. All about love. And about 2 weeks ago, I decided that I wanted to address the misconceptions of love through my social media, specifically my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, and possibly my blog page. Possibly I'll take it over to my blog as well. And I decided to call these Love Bombs. And I began doing this last week. And so this is the first video of the Love Bomb series. But maybe I will put this into writing as well. I'm going to share something with you guys. And I can guarantee you it could change your life. This is if you don't know already, and if possibly you have just forgotten. Maybe you have forgotten this. So here it goes. Brrr, boom. Okay. There are universal laws, correct? If you're someone who has been healing for a while now, who has taken self-time to get to know self and to study any spiritual laws, metaphysics, any of the truths that are within many of the religions, paths, etc., you have come to the conclusion that you know there are universal laws. There are universal laws. There is the law of attraction, the law of karma. There are all these different laws. I'm just giving you names. But one in particular is law of attraction. That is what we are going to talk about today. What I will be talking about today. Okay. You may not like what I have to say. Some of you may like it, and some of you may be grateful, and some of you it may just piss you off because sometimes truth hurts. Okay? No, I'm not about to say that love doesn't exist. Love is everything, and love is amazing. Love is the best medicine. Love is the strongest power, the most potent power. Love is. The truth is love. Okay? Source is love. At the root of it all, we are love. This is what we truly are. No, what I'm about to share with you is that I want you to consider, and I want you to think, every single partner you have attracted into your life, yes, I said attracted, every single partner that has come into your life, you have attracted for one reason or another, or they have attracted you. How is this possible? I know that could really, really irritate some of you. Hell, when I first thought of it, I was like, hell no. Why would I have wanted to attract those people? If you know about energy, if you know that we have an energy field, and that our emotions are connected to energy and frequencies, okay? So if you know that you are aware that you have an energy field, okay, if you have a particular wound, a trauma, childhood, your inner child, something that has taken place that has brought you pain and that you haven't healed from, keep in mind that the universe is always conspiring to help you. The universe is always in motion, orchestrating your healing, your evolution. If you have a wound within that you have not addressed, that you have not healed, there is an imprint. There is an energetic imprint. And you have a certain vibration. Now, so let's say you're here. Now let's say somewhere out in the universe, somewhere, there's someone else with a similar trauma, a similar wound, similar vibrations. Like attracts like. You will attract one another. Like energy attracts like energy. And when the two of you meet, fireworks. Most of the time it is amazing, like any loving encounter. When you fall in love with someone, it doesn't matter if there's a wound or not. When we fall in love, we fall in love. And if you've had the opportunity to actually fall in love, if you've actually had the opportunity to be in that space, that vibration of love, where you completely are vulnerable and surrender to the moment, that you surrender to the moment and you surrender to the other person and are completely vulnerable, and you allow yourself, you just completely surrender, you allow yourself to feel and to be in love, vibration of love with this other person. It is very much real, very, very, very much real. And that is the magic, and that is key. It is real because that is reality. Being in love and in the vibration of love is reality. That is what is real. But so many people think that that is frou-frou and fantasy and not real. That it's not real and it's not logical. But that's actually the opposite. The reality of love is real. Falling in love and seeing all the beauty in the other person, being completely vulnerable and open to this person is the reality, is truth. Being so high, you're feeling so high and on cloud 9. Why do we say that? Because it's real, because that vibration is so high, and it is real. So what happens is, we're in this vibration for however long, depends on each situation, right? But then at least one of you somehow falls out of the vibration. Fear comes in. So then the person starts to doubt, but why is that? Why do they let fear in? Well, in this vibration of love, and you have to remember, once you're there, this is like a platform. It's your little bubble, and it's you and the other person. And this person who has a wound deep down that needs healing, and you're someone who has a wound that needs healing, you guys obviously were the perfect match at the time to mirror one another, to mirror the wound for the other. So what does this mean? It means that anything, it could be anything that the person does, says, or just their state of being is somehow triggering you. It's triggering you and your wound, your fears. It's triggering you. And you are triggering them. So what happens is, when this happens to two people who have fallen in love, and the triggers start, if they are unconscious and unaware, if they are two people, maybe they're not so dedicated to their spiritual life and to healing, they're just not as conscious, they will fight. They will then fall into this vibration of dysfunction. They will fall into lower energy patterns, possibly their patterns, some karmic patterns, so this could be fighting, cheating, lying, all that kind of stuff, okay? And eventually break up. And some actually stay together and just continue the cycle of dysfunction, which this is not love. Staying in a relationship like this is not of love. This is a relationship of fear, because you're staying together for attachment and to self-soothe, just to feel like you're not alone, but you guys are carrying out dysfunctional behaviors. Stepping back into the vibration of love, you will then realize that you need to stop these patterns, these dysfunctional, fear-based, painful patterns, and begin to heal together, to stop these patterns and create new ones and come back to the vibration of love. Now, what happens when two conscious people, when the triggers start happening for two conscious people, is that they recognize, oh, I recognize you're triggering me. Oh, wow. And maybe you're being triggered at a different time than the other, or maybe you're being triggered at the same time. Regardless, the both of you or one of you will take that time to really go within and to ask yourself, what is being triggered? What wound is this? And begin the healing process. You will heal with your partner. The both of you will walk together, healing one another, even if it's one of you, both of you, but the process is together, and your partner will be there with you every step of the way, loving you, supporting you, comforting you, being there. That is love. If you experience where you're trying to heal, you notice that you're being triggered, and then you begin this process and your partner instead begins to criticize, judge you, and neglect you, things like this is not of love. And why are they doing that? That is because that is a reflection of their self as well. If they cannot love you, that means it's a reflection of their self. They have not or are not giving that to themselves. Okay? And this happens a lot. So what happens usually when two people come together, they fall in love and all the beautiful stuff I just spoke of. Typically, one person is triggered and realizes that they're triggered, that a wound is coming up that needs to be healed, while the other is triggered as well. Deep down, they're triggered. They may be conscious of it, maybe they're not conscious. But what happens is that instead of facing this together with the partner, instead of this person admitting that they're triggered, that things are taking place in their life to show them that there is a wound there, a childhood wound, inner child wound, something very deep. And not all wounds are from our childhood, but most of them are. It's when the inner child becomes hurt and traumatized, and we carry it on into our adult life. So when this person is triggered, this other person either has to make the choice of facing it, being courageous and facing it with their partner, or denying it and running away. And that is the case for a lot of relationships, sadly, where one of them freaks out, completely freaks out, denies what is going on, denies all the signs, all the synchronicities, all the situations that take place, because the universe is always speaking to us in a myriad of ways. You need to remember this. You need to register this. That is my advice. You don't have to take it, but I'm letting you know. Okay, so the universe is constantly showing us in different ways. If a person does not open themselves up to see this, they will become combative. They will deny. They will put all the blame on you, most of the blame. It will become a struggle because now you guys are not in the same vibration. There's no resonance. Whereas you had met in the vibration of love together, this person has stepped out of that vibration into a lower vibration of fear, of denial, and any other lower vibration. They're not here in the vibration of love. And usually those who remain there, they're there trying to be supportive and patient and understanding with their partner, waiting and hoping they will come back to the vibration of love. And I have to tell you, that is up to each individual. As nice and loving as you are, as patient as you are, as loving and forgiving as you are, it doesn't matter how much of this you are. It is up to the other individual to make that choice. You cannot force this person to come back into that vibration, that space with you. It is up to them. We all are responsible for our own individual actions. We are responsible for ourselves. So do not take it upon you if you realize that your partner, or if in the past one of your partners did not meet you in that space. It's not your fault. Maybe you realize there was something else you could have done personally to help the situation, and maybe that's different. But all in all, it doesn't even matter maybe what you didn't do or did do, because love is love. And when we truly surrender to love, and I know you guys know what I'm talking about, most of you will, when we choose to surrender to love, that's complete surrender. So it doesn't matter right then in that present moment. If you choose to surrender to love, it doesn't matter anymore about, well, my partner said this the other day, and well, he said that he made me feel this way, well, she did this. It doesn't matter about this or that anymore. Like when you're in the present moment and you choose to completely surrender to love, you let go of all of that and make that conscious decision in the now moment to choose love and move from that space. So do not blame yourself. Do not blame yourself for another person's actions and for all their subsequent actions. Do not blame yourself for a relationship that didn't work, because it takes the two. That's what I have to say about love. And I know that it will help some. I know it might piss some off, because truth hurts. And for those that run from it, maybe this will piss you off. I don't know. And maybe for those who are the warriors of love, this will confirm a lot for you and bring you peace, I hope. I hope that this begins to give you a different way of looking at life, of how you perceive everything around you and those that come into your life, because this is also the same with friendships. You know, we attract people into our life. It is up for us to maintain these relationships, to tend to them like a garden and grow with these individuals. Yes, there are some that come into our life only for a season and for a lesson and for a certain time. And then you have some that are there for longer periods of time. And then you have some that are there for life. And it is up to us to recognize these people in our lives, no matter what the situation or lesson is. It is up to us to give our best in these situations, to be completely honest and authentic, and to want to show reciprocity. That's another thing, especially in love, romantic relationships. Reciprocity. It is up to each of us to give and to receive on both ends, to give to the other, to mirror the other, to just an equally yoked relationship. So with that said, I'm going to go, and another thing is that these are topics that shouldn't be talked just on Valentine's Day. There's a huge misconception, and even Valentine's Day in itself. Love should be talked about every day. Love should be celebrated every day. Relationships should be celebrated every day. We shouldn't have to wait until February 14th to show our gratitude, to show our devotion to our loved ones, to our life partners, to our wives, our husbands, our fiancés, our boyfriends, our girlfriends, our children, our whoever it is. So much love to you. Know that you are love and that you are loved so much. Have a beautiful day. May the light guide you. Namaste.